spring. Well, that wasn't as crazy as summer.
Sure, it costs a lot. I'm looking at a whole lot of cohesion here on KT Rolster's side. What matters now is how well you played today. Let's get onto the riff.
KT,
Figure out that this Sion is missing.
Well, there's the knock-up from Doran immediately. Doctom trying to get out of there, but Peter, he is just dead. Carry going to take the long way.
I'm not having sums. That's a big deal.
Man, this is...
He can't
I couldn't believe that he even got Doctom there as he was right on the edge. That Q, man, the hitbox, it's kind of Nautilus-esque. As BDD just saying it's okay.
Looking for a possible roam. Does get spotted, but they are quite low. Guma has his sums, but I think they can look to dive here.
I mean, he's just walking in. The Rune Prison is going to be so powerful. His flashes come out everywhere. There is another kill onto Doctom to start this one off. A 1-for-1, but T1 will 100% take that. Both summoners do come out of the Corki, but still, that is a great trade as T1 stands strong in the bottom lane. Trollward not going to see the Elise, who does poke her head out now. There is the CC eaten, but Perfect taking so much damage here underneath the turret. And Carrier off to the side. Here's the on-horn though, as Perfect looking for the angle. He'll get it, but the Ignite's still ticking down. Owner is making his way in though, and I don't know what Perfect's going to be able to quite do here.
He's healing up slowly. BDD so far away.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to be able to do. And if that was any other support, maybe he'd be okay. But because it was, what, Cloud and the Ocean, it could have been a Chemtech as, all right, Doran, tanking up the turret because he can. But Faker is coming on over and Perfect could be in trouble yet again. Doesn't manage to get the Bellows breath off quite in time as Doran slowed down for quite some time there and does have to flash as there's the knock up onto Owner and he'll go down. The follow-up is now here as BDD looking to hold Faker in position. He does so as Cuz is going down lower and lower. BDD still trying to kite as best he can. And
I actually do think that she skills a lot better than she used to, as we are going to get, I think, our first honest-to-God 5v5. T1, need to be careful. Don't group up too much. There is so many circles here, Atlas.
Yeah, and there is Faker moving down from this top lane.
There's the
does
TP.
deal with the minion wave, and there's the teleport in. Like you say, Perfect does have that ram available. That's going to need to get the value. Let's see whether Cuz can win this 50-50 as he gets in. The train going to completely miss here as another one comes through and gets a double knock-up. Owner in the sky forever. Cuz gets the Peter down, and oh my god, Peter with the Pop Blossom. BDD off to the side, though, unable to find the value in T1. Still standing up, but they've lost one extra in the fight. And I don't think they want this 3 versus 4.
Out of range, has so much Fred. It's Faker and BDD.
It's a little bit dangerous. The gravity field not doing anything at all here as BDD walking towards that brush. There's a lot of spell flux being built up here, but Faker is able to walk it off the flash forward, and he's able to get the flash out of the Victor. That's one.
Oh, they're going to.
Yep, Control going to be taken down as Cuz face checks. Does have Warrior Trickster, but doesn't have half of his health bar now. This is dangerous. BDD moving in. Perfect on a flank angle, but not quite here in time. As they do manage to get the slowdown. The run! Oh! Perfect with the sick play! As the Dragon is now forgotten. Perfect trying to get out of there. The Pop Blossom somewhat interrupted his owner. Going down so low, but gets the drive-by smite to deny the soul point. Still, these health bars are so extraordinarily low. And Cuz is just spinning around in the Dragon Pit for some reason. He flashes to get himself out of the way. And KT, they find one pick, they lose no one, but the Dragon goes to T1 and it's so important.
Giving KT really an opportunity to respond. If you're trying to fight your way from these choke points.
There's the run walk forward as BDD. He puts the spider up into the sky. Gumayushi has to Valkyrie to get himself out of the way as Peter may have overstepped as the Fate's Call needs to be invested. And the train comes on through. The block from Peter. I don't even know whether he needed to do that. It was the clone anyway. They take down Doran. The train is going to set up the onto everyone as KT look to put T1 in the ground. The Arcane Storm doing a fair bit of work there though. And once again, the trade is not actually that bad here for T1.
The upgrade, I'm pretty sure over to Doctom, there's it. But they're too late on the Dragon.
Yeah, Blade of the Ruined King does come in, but yeah, this Dragon should be taken. Cuz is cycloning. Never mind, it's going to be a 50-50. Let's see who's going to be able to take it down. It's Owner that locks it up as Doran will sacrifice himself because so exceptionally low. And somehow the Scion is still alive. BDD right in amongst it. He is going to have to be the one-man army though as T1 are right BDD cannot do it alone. KT just kind of throw it away in the river.
Upgrade soon. Oh, Peter.
Yeah, looking for an angle. There's a Pop Blossom. Collects onto one as Faker goes gold, and the knockup is avoided there as well as Ona is going to be the target. They take him down, and now they're looking for a bit of a reset. Warrior Trickster there to try and get Cuz out of the way. Another fantastic shape splitter as BDD is interrupted. The Baron helps out as the Rocket takes down the Scion. Wait, it takes down the Rise, but the Scion is also going to be dead.
Fight, same with Guma. If they don't get targeted, it's used just
okay, Doctor. He's thrown so many sticks in here, and yeah, Carrier's going to break his stopwatch, but that only buys a couple of seconds, and he was just caught napping.
You take that.
Yeah, well, Q not going to quite find Peter here as okay. They've managed to lock down the on. Perfect gets himself out of there, though. And the Nico especially likes it. They don't like this, though, as Cocoon does go down. Cuz getting on into the pit here, and it's just gone. That's going to be Hextech. Souls, the Ram comes in. Triple knock-up. As now they're just going to be backing away. Faker in a decent position as Ona going forward. Tries to find it once again, but he gets knocked up. The Cyclone on everyone. The Pop Blossom as well. His gorgeous follow-up. As the flash out from BDD is trying to keep himself alive. His Doctom is now untouched. Hopping around the fight. Kumiushi not going to get rendered down this time. However, KT have found the angle, and Guma doesn't have the option. The train leader will be taken down, but KT, they have 4 left, and they're looking to knock down the Nexus here in game number 1.
That was almost 10k damage from both AD carries, Atlas!
That was insane, and I thought when Kumiushi was left alive with just a sliver, maybe there'd be a chance, but unfortunately, the rest of T1 just got wiped out.
And KT on red side.
Oh,
the 5v5 comp.
He is feeling himself here today, and that should be a scary sign for T1 fans as KT stay undefeated in their road to MSI here in game number 1. That is 7-0, baby. They're really good at a lot of different stuff. And I think you're looking at the bans. I think the Tahm Kench maybe stands out as something they didn't necessarily need to take away. But removing that from their opportunities, taking away that layer of safety from Doctom is important. Could be questioned. We don't necessarily know. And then he just won. Let's see whether they can do it again. So jump into the rift.
KT 하나 둘 셋.
Man, I am proud of the KT fans.
Swap towards the top side as we have a dive imminent here onto Doran, who does not have flash. We'll see if he's able to vacate. Looks like he might be too slow.
Yeah, the equalizer in perfect position. There's Eberpolv. He's chain CC, but he does get a decent exhaust onto the perfect champion as the teleport comes in. Doctom trying to keep the damage down. The carrier with that unsealed spellbook just going to get KT out of here. But now 4 versus 2, a possibility for a redive.
They have to dive, kind of, because top lane is just getting hammered. Owner's here with ult! The counter dive is ready!
Yeah, the paranoia set up, and KT, they don't even know that he's here just yet. There's the paranoia going down. They catch them underneath the turret as Doran. So low, but he keeps himself alive. And Doctom going to be taken out. The flash is immediate after Cuz as Ona gets on over there. The headbutt to try and save the Jarvan. They might be able to do that, but it is still a lost play for KT unless BDD can make something happen. And he almost does here as there's the flash forward. The flash away from Faker, and he keeps himself up.
He goes in.
Can he look for it? Can he actually find the 1v1? Is now BDD. He needs to avoid that one, the lost auto, and BDD makes it happen.
Oh, if Faker hits that E!
Oh, there was so many iffy hits that's in that moment. My God. In the end, it was BDD that just hit enough.
It's still T1 that finds the outtrade because of the top side play, but BDD salvages that situation a little bit as here. KT feel pressed into this because top side is a disaster. There's no one there to answer the wave. But Doran doesn't even get hit by the flag and drag. Owner in perfect position. The pre-smite, and then Cuz sees his hero arrive as Peter ensures your friendly neighborhood cow keeps him safe. And then here, oh my God.
That charm.
Catches him mid-hop, takes him out. And then here, BDD goes in, tries to take him down with the flash. Then Faker, he goes back in. He goes back in with the level up timer. Think that's enough. And if that E hits,
if that backflip hits, he just gets like It's another one of the Faker outplays. That would have been another one, but just doesn't quite find it. As you can see, T1 fans.
Now, grubs are being taken here. We might have another team fights on our hands. Peter has his ultimate, so does Owner.
Yep, first two already taken. Paranoia comes on through here as the Cow trying to defend the rest of his team. The Pulverize is good. The Paranoia does nothing. Owner's just going to be taken out. Another kill for VDD. A cataclysmic engage from Cuz as Faker has got into the Shroud. Carrier looking to get out of there with that added mobility. And that is almost Faker taken down.
The arrow!
Piercing arrow. And it's Carrier that's the target, and Doctom doesn't quite find it. Will cancel the back there from Carrier, but that could have been way worse for T1. I think Perfect gets a bit of an idea.
He doesn't have his ult, so he can't just clear the wave. Might have to drop it and leave.
Oh god, this is so scary.
Peter. Peter's on the way. Again.
Gotta clear this one out.
Oh.
Yeah, Peter getting into position, and they decide that they're going to pull the trigger. The flash still available here as the exhaust. It goes down. The charm is decent, and Gumayushi going to be able to lock down the kill. My god, the turret does so much damage now that it's charged up. The Cuz is going to trade it for a dragon.
Obviously still ahead, but it's better than Cloud. I know you love Cloud, but
No,
I
can see it.
Into Jin Akali, even into Nocturne, I think you get a ton of value out of that. It's perfect. Might be in trouble here. Carry on the way.
Let's see what he can do here. No flash available as he'll just get knocked up and will get taken down. No scrap shield. Well, actually did have it, but it's just not going to be able to do enough there. Snip, snip goes Doran. Cuz gets here a little bit late. Flat combo composition with BDD able to clean up.
Fight.
All right, let's see how this one goes. As Carrier going in, does find out that there is a control ward in that brush. Doesn't get any more information, really. Doran shows up to the battlefield. And the Gwen, we need to keep our eyes on her. She's going to be such a problem for KT. Piercing arrow coming down is now Doran looking to start off the fight. The exhaust comes through, but Doran not really getting too much done. Is now so deep his owner, but he takes down the Varus and flashes away. There's that cataclysm we were talking about, but they've lost so much of the damage. There it is from Faker, finds the ulti, but doesn't go in on the backflip towards Cuz. Didn't want to sacrifice himself, and in fact, they've got their pick. They're happy with it.
But instead they made the call to just go for the turret. And I want to look at how Cuz survives here, because starts over with Doctom, the exhaust comes through, Doran basically murders him, and then obviously Owner is able to very easily get the kill. Good flash from him to not get locked down, and then Cuz goes in, doesn't quite find it. I think Faker there doesn't hit the ult. If he hits the ult, do have a lot of threats on their comp, but if they keep falling further behind, and like we have this Fed Gwen, we have Gumayushi that is hard to get to unless you fully commit. These fights are not going to look good. Both perfect and Doctom are pretty far behind, and we need to see this actual combo of the equalizer and the power in teamfights that has to be used.
They're going in. They're going to find the angle once again. As yep, Doctom not allowed to play the game. As once more, Carrier goes forward, finds the quickness one more time. The equalizer this time is going to come in. The Pulverize on top as they take down Doran, but it's a 2-for-1. KT still fighting uphill, and there is a stun on a BDD, locking him down. He gets under the turret. That is still a man advantage here for T1, and a dragon free for the taking. Okay, you can see, though, there is still some fight in KT, and a 2,000 gold lead is not going to be able to win you the game.
I think he wants to position safely, and he will generally die in these fights, but you can't be that far up when there's no protection. You need to be behind your team, regardless of where T1 is, right? You need to be on the other end, and then Peter here does a good job of mitigating, but T1 at this point have already won the team fight. Yeah. Taken out the Rumble before he can really do too much, taken out the Varus. These fights looking way better for T1. That's the soul point denied.
Because he felt like it. Do you want that again? He just died to Krugs.
No, I'm sorry. I don't understand. Can you repeat that?
He died to Krugs because he felt like it.
I don't get it.
Oh, right. Well, he died. Well, Faker is going in. Let's see what Cuz can do about it as the paranoia comes down. I think Doctom's dying, ladies and gentlemen. Jonas Strong didn't even need to zoom out, although Doctom able to sidestep. He survived! It is such huge character development here as it's now Rift Herald being used to try and get Owner out of trouble, and it's going to work just fine. That was pretty cute. All of T1 will survive, and we've got the Rift Herald coming out one more time, looking to wander down the mid lane. They're not going to get a whole lot of value for it, but it keeps the Nocturne up, and that is enough value for Shelly.
That is the most Doran thing I have ever seen.
Yeah, did you see that? He died to Krugs because he felt like it.
Only truly great...
oh dear, Peter. He does have an unbreakable will. He's looking to try and turn things around. He flashes out of the way of the Shuriken, and he needed to. And T1 are just taking this Otacon towards the top side of the map, because looking to come over. He's got BDD in tow. Oh, God. Okay, well, let's see whether Cuz can get in there. Of course, it's a job, and he can travel a lot of distance. As Doran going on over, they do manage to take it down. Cuz goes in maybe a little bit too late, and the Deadly Flourish comes on through, but Carrier is already dead. Cuz getting taken down lower and lower as they get in, but Doctom still goes down. Doran in trouble. He will be taken out, but not before he gets his stake. And now Ona coming on in. BDD not able to get out of the way, and that is another one. Gumayusi cleans up, and T1 just watching KT circling this drain, looking to see whether they can fully flush it this time.
If T1 would not have escaped those fights, and KT would have found an angle, that could have been game losing. Right, Otacon was up, that could have been the comeback angle as...
All right, Doran going in. Circle is on cooldown, but Peter not going to be too worried about the Deadly Flourish.
Tickles.
Yeah, Pulverize not going to connect as Carrier gets over the wall.
They need this, Atlas. I think they need this badly.
Well, Cuz is still on it, but Faker looking for that flank angle. The Control Ward is going to spot him. Vision going down into this brush. Multiple wards coming on in, but the Control Ward's certainly working out here for KT.
So much damage.
This is the charm. And just watch for the Deadly Flourish. Doran dashing forward, finds that snip, and there are the curtains. Gumayusi just making sure that they are unable to get anywhere near this, but that is going to be the pickoff onto Carrier. The auto is in the air, and BDD is able to lock it down. Now he gets another charge. Gumayusi taking a bit of damage. The Nocturne is the one that secures this Dragon for T1 though. And now T1 look for the re-engage. The hail of arrows is from the grave as the Nocturne, the Jhin, the damage is coming through, and Faker with the perfect execution going to help lock down this Jarvan, cuz nothing he can do. And T1, they are just going from strength to strength.
Fun also starting to get these Drakes. And Mountain Drake, when you're ahead, I think just feels amazing as Doran.
Okay,
They're trying to collapse.
Yeah, getting that flank angle as Doran almost kills Perfect before anything happens, as BDD continues to be the only one with kills on his team. The trade for the Baron looking to come in as Doctom. Unfortunately, he was on vision of the enemy team. The Shuriken backflip comes through, and Faker is going to be able to lock that one down as KT. Looking to try and answer still. Peter is in position now, but another Deadly Flourish can hold the cow in position.
They got to try and find a fight.
Yep.
Now that Doran is dead, but I don't think they're going to get one. T1 disengages again.
They do stop the Baron, so I guess there is that.
It's a trade up, technically, for KT. I mean, Doctom is not really playing the game. Oh, Faker, he got caught on the flank. They know he's behind them.
Oh, this is, it could be a good angle, though, as he goes into the mist. Peter does have an unbreakable will. And now they're looking to try and turn this one. The spell shield just doesn't quite work there from Owner as he gets over the wall. He's inside the Cataclysm. The Pulverize, no, it's a grand entrance from Carrier that locks him down. There's the Pulverize, but it's too late, and it does not do anything. BDD, though, he's got a really cool hat, and he's got some resets. Gumayusi is Captain Jack, though. He cleanses it, and he's able to get the triple kill here for T1. They're looking for a Baron, and I don't think KT are coming back in this one.
And despite BDD's heroics, not going to be enough. T1 are bringing us to a certain 1-in-1 here. Wow, KDA is ruined already. Might as well try, right? Look for the Duma, because there's no jungler. Yeah, it's kind of insane as a...
In the meantime, we've got another engage here from Ona, who oh my god, okay, Gumayusi, those bullets are doing a little bit too much, as they know exactly where KT's bread's buttered. It's BDD, and he is just going to get obliterated. That is Ona once again. Like, his scoreline must be absurd right now. Yeah, 7-2-8, not too bad. We're putting that in the pros column. Gumayusi as well, he's legendary, 8-0-6 on the Jhin, as T1 are pushing up this bottom lane.
And then using those leads in an attempt to set up objectives. But the objectives would mostly take KT, and KT's team fighting was just way better. In this game number 2, they're opting even more into that strategy, right? Like, we're going really ham on our solo laners, and really anything else is... guys, this...
Okay, yeah, but Pulverize, they're going to see whether they can kill the Nocturne, who just turns the lights out. The quickness getting so much value, and KT, they haven't been able to take down Ona. He's still alive, as BDD just goes golden to watch him regen his health bar. Yeah, that's called Ona catching the kitchen sink and throwing it back at KT. And KT falling over. Doran, he might die. But I mean, right now KT are doing about as much work as the Krugs this game. And he doesn't even fall down. That's going to be it, guys. T1 gonna even out this series here in game number 2. And this is the T1 everyone wanted to see here in this road to MSI at Busan. A best of 3 now for all the marbles.
And that's a KT scoreboard if I've ever seen one. BDD on 9 and 4, everyone else, the KDA not looking so hot. But it's these compositions. Owner on a carry, Guma on a supportive AD pick, and then 2 big solo laners. Really, to me, this draft felt about the Akali and the Gwen. Akali took some time to get going. Playing Talia into Bard is actually kind of obnoxious. That is one of the few champions that any champion, and Yorick as well in a side lane, without a dash, it's just obnoxious. It's so easy for the enemy team to collapse. T1 have obviously used this pick with great efficiency. When it comes to power picks, I take KT's side every time, right?
T1 하나 둘 셋.
Oh man, such an indoor gymnasium erupting here as all the fans cheering on their team of the Qs you weave through minions and hit your opponent. That was how I used to cast Uzi playing this champion, where if you remember, when Uzi was winning, he wasn't allowed to play that champion. When he was losing, he wasn't allowed to play that champion. As we've got another engage as level 2s have been hit across the board. Doctom still trying to fight here as Carrier with the meep slap trying to get the work done as now Peter possibly overextended the flash forward. The flash in response from Peter. And first blood for Doctom. It will be a 1-for-1 as Gumayushi's able to lock that one down. And he does have the advantage in health. But still, that was a sick play. Teehee.
Sir. It's a very mischievous Teehee Atlas.
Sometimes you just need to find the moment for a mischievous
Psalms.
Okay, there's a magical journey from Carrier. Peter gonna get thrown back towards the enemy team, but yeah, he's a Leona, so he's gonna be okay. Doctom isn't okay. He's gonna spend most of his time in the base as BDD had to flash away from Faker. What happened in mid?
Find in this 2v2.
Yep, you've got now Perfect with his ghoulies towards this top side, battling the 2-man of Gumayushi and Carrier, who've once again gone for that lane swap. Peter turns up. I was actually a little bit worried for Perfect just then, but knowing that there are a few people on this bottom side as the teleport comes in.
Carrier.
Yep, slice and dice. And Ona has come on over with that boulder in hand. As Perfect, he's running the wrong way. He is definitely dead. It's just how much more work can he get done as he gets slammed into the wall, and it's even Gumayushi that's able to help pick up this kill. Couldn't have been worse here for the KT top laner.
All of these things.
Ooh. Doctom is level 6, never mind. As okay, Ona coming in, driving forward. The Arcane Shift is fantastic. That's a decent True Shot barrage as well, but now Peter is looking worse for wear. Winter's Wrath not going to quite get too much done as here is Faker! But he gets stunned up immediately! That was fantastically played, and they take down the Azir. They have to trade Peter for it, but man, that could have been so much worse for KT. Cuz read it like a book as Doran, with that Dominus now proc, Doctom playing out of his mind, but he will get cosmically bound. And the magical journey will get T1 to safety.
They feel confident going for this play. Peter gets taken low, but Leona very tanky, able to flash out his... Oh, Doran.
Oh, dear. Yeah, Seismic Shove going to throw the Renekton around here. As Peter should be able to hold him in position. And yep, they want to get the kill over to BDD. They do so successfully. And KT well and truly back on the horse.
And number 2, T1 snowballed the game to the point where KT didn't get to play anymore. I don't think we're really on that track right now. And T1's comp can still team fight. Skarner comps, you're never really going to count them out as well.
There's a flash in. It's a decent buffer as the Tempered Fate goes down. Ona looks for the crash onto Peter, and it doesn't get the stun as the Exhaust doing so much work onto Cuz, but the both junglers getting taken down so low. Gumayushi having to go so far forward as they do both fall and the wall goes down. The flashes, they come in and the Seismic Shove just barely missing onto Carrier, and Faker decides, nah man, I ain't going in on that one. That was a very cute fake out as, my goodness, that could have been a disaster. Seismic Shove this time, he's going to connect, and Peter is there to follow up BDD with a big old rock right on top of the pigeon, and he goes down.
Just leave!
Yeah.
You could have just left!
I wasn't ready to play-by-play because I thought it was over, Chronicler.
It was an unforced error. That kill didn't have to go over. And we are back in the action, Atlas.
Let's do it again, baby! As the Ocean Drake down to 50%, Cuz in position. This is likely to be another 50-50, unless it's not. Owner is holding them in position. Well, not a whole lot happens. He does manage to lock down the Dragon, and they kill BDD. True Shot Barrage doing so much work, though, as it's a Cloud Soul. That's really cool. Still, it's Doctom with the kill. Cuz still wanting to find more. As T1 in an awkward spot on the map. Cuz able to create the distance. A 3 versus 3 as the flash forward comes in from Doran. And out goes Perfect. He has to flash, though, and Doran decides, all right, I guess I'll just kill your turret.
Big win for Doran. And T1, get the Dragon. That's the big thing. Cloud Soul.
Oh, dear. Doran is underneath the turret. He just gets obliterated. Yeah, Perfect. Not a whole lot he can do about that one.
Yeah, down to BDD, who doesn't have his flash. And Owner ends up going down. That flash was very tragic. Sorry, Owner. Oh,
we are going in once again. Owner is in a lot of trouble. Sorry, Owner continues here as he will go down. Good little pick there for KT.
3-0, so
yeah, they're looking
not
pretty
too bad. What happened here? Okay, so Faker forces, and then Owner tries to follow up, and Cuz. So it's really Owner dying for Faker's play.
Yeah, I feel like the Emperor's Divide went in an odd direction for what they wanted to achieve there. It will dictate itself.
It exists!
As, all right, Seismic Shove going to collect. Carrier here momentarily, the Impale only on a Cuz, and he's okay with that as Faker goes in, but he doesn't find the angle for the Emperor's Divide because he doesn't have it yet! Seismic Shove connects, and Faker and Owner both go down! Doctom doing so much damage as Doran is killing Perfect again in this bottom lane. Yeah, the Crocodile is going to become a huge problem, but KT do win a team fight. We can celebrate both, I guess, individually.
Guma obviously doesn't want to go down. That makes way more sense.
Yes.
So Perfect goes in to cancel the TP, but he's in a wave, so...
Yeah, he just dies.
You know what?
Actually, kind of in the context of that being a part of all of the other plays.
I think that's worth.
Like,
it's the deep flanking Doran. Or is it Doran dying? We don't know.
We're not sure, but he's near a Krug camp, and we know that that has been a problematic position for him. However, Owner is over here. Can they actually get in and save their Crocodiles? The Solar Flare comes through. Oh, the ulti goes to Narnia from Cuz, and there's the Impale. He finds the backline, he finds BDD. Doctom turns up, but he's way too late, and the Tempered Fate will catch him. He does flash himself out of the way, and Doctom, at least for now, is going to be able to stand his ground, and in fact, he's doing a lot of damage back. But they've lost their mid laner, they've lost their support, and T1 fighting back so well in this mid game.
So Cuz is still alive, but I don't think he can get anywhere near this. It's a Doran carry performance, baby!
It absolutely is, and this is what happens. One is going to die, is how it's going to go.
Maybe.
Teleport in from Doran.
Look, I guess they're taking down Owner's shield, that's nice. He went Abyssal as well.
Yeah.
More damage for that almost level 16 Renekton.
The Dominus is really going to be cutting through them.
I'm joking.
Yeah. All right, I was looking for a bit of an angle here as the Seismic Shove does pull him back. That is a lot of damage. The Tempered Fate holds him in position, though. It kind of nullifies the Impale at the same time, and there's a kill for the Yarg. The Emperor's Divide connects onto 3, but Faker is still taking so much damage, and Doctom is untouched. True Shot Barrage not quite doing enough, and Doran gets on top of the Ezreal. No flash left. He's Cullen, the Meek, and that is exactly what KT are in the eyes of this Crocodile. T1 crushed the fight off the back of Doran, and he's underneath the turret yet again. Kumiushi possibly in a little bit of trouble as the turret, he's tanking it, so he's just dead. Now Doran having to run away, and Perfect is still alive. Cuz is now able to try and help him in this 1v1 as the Ghoulie Wall goes up, and the Crocodile might go down.
What are we doing?
I have no idea. I think they're all dead. Well, I mean,
they're
KT I think are going to try and keep them down here because it means that the Baron isn't being utilized. still, T1 able to collapse.
They got to peel off or
Yeah.
fight a good engage. Heal was used there by Keria.
I think fighting away from this Crocodile is going to be an important thing, but Owner is going to come over and make it a 50-50. Doran taking a bit of poke damage.
We're
Is now
flipping!
Peter looking to go in the magical journey to try and bring them away as Docton doesn't find any joy with that True Shot barrage, but he's taking so much damage here off to the side as it's Kaza locks this one down. Doran trying to get himself out of there as Docton is moving forward. Carrier looking for an angle. And the Weaver's Wall going to lock him. Oh no, he's in a little baby cage, but he now turns BDD Golden, and Owner is looking to get over the wall. They find BDD and lock him down. I don't know how that was orchestrated, but it worked out beautifully there for T1 as now Cuz walking into 4 people, but he gets towards his inner turret.
Can they leave? I'm not sure.
I don't know about this one. Yeah, Docton doing so much damage. Every Mystic Shot is connecting because every point on the map is a T1 player for him to hit, but still, Gumayusi getting a lot of damage. And now it is just Peter that goes down. KT trying to get out of here, and they should be able to do so. This is an absolute mess, Chronicler.
Yeah, I got nothing, Atlas. I was waiting for you to say take it away, so I got an extra half a second to think.
I figured you'd get it, you know, because you needed to take it away.
Okay. So let's break that down, because this series is very rapidly accelerating and decelerating in a way.
Oh my god, so he gets the cosmic binding into the ult.
Yes. Mid-jump.
And he actually just called everything.
Yeah, there's a reason this man has a world skin on Bard.
Yeah.
As sets up that play. And then here, KG, like, they need to get people out. So they kind of are forced into this fight. But I think that they could have backed up a little bit earlier. Instead, they stick around. Faker obviously was threatening from the back, so they kind of pushed into the funnel. All was said and done. Free items for almost everyone.
The team fighting Yorick is ready to play.
Carrier!
Seismic Shove going to connect. They're looking for the chain CC. Onto the body. Flashes, but he's not going to get away. And that is another kill going over to Doctom.
Oh, Croc! Did they see him? He showed up!
The angle, and now Doctom having to deal with this prehistoric monster. Cuz looking for the re-engage, but he doesn't find the ulti. And it's a double for Guma. Doran now is a freight train in T1. They launch their way forward. The Undertaker is going to have to be used for his own teammates. And perfect, yeah, he's got a little cute gully wall, but he's going to lose his mate, and he has no right fighting for this dragon that T1 are able to take down. From then on, has been able to navigate around BDD in every single one of these fights, and he's now, 2-4-7, but he has a 2.2k gold advantage. He's shut out his opponent, and he's always been able to get the DPS in these fights.
Yeah, this Celia not quite having the impacts. Peter goes in.
Okay, Emperor's Divide gonna throw him out. Another Glacial Prison gonna do nothing as Peter's life just goes away. That is an optimistic magical journey, but when they're this far ahead, you may as well go for it. The culling is gonna cut down Doctom. And KT, that play looked like they just wanted to head towards the next game.
And they will! No shot that KT's able to hold on here. I was about to start making jokes about Elder Flips, Atlas.
Yeah, we don't need to, because we might be talking about an Elder Flip in a final game of this series if T1 are continuing to play like this. It's looking a little bit too one-y, but still, these Nexus turrets next to go down. They're going to take down Cuz before they end this game, as there is the ace. And it's Gumayusi that locks it up 13-1-6. A renaissance for the 80 carry for T1 as this Nexus is going to go down, and match point for T1.
I was skeptical when that Lucian was locked in. We've seen Guma struggle in the team fight specifically. I think the laning's been good. But my god, his only death was entirely voluntary. Everything else.
Yep.
Great work in the ebb and flow. But for me, when it comes to the actual plays that won him the game, I gotta go to that Bard. Carry. Incredible pick.
Yeah.
Nameplate's on. I'm not convinced.
Let's dive into it. Dive into game number 4. Match point, T1.
KT 하나 둘 셋.
미니언 생성까지 30초
T1 하나 둘 셋.
See some of the fights and decision making as we do have the fake out here. They don't know.
Yep, they dive on top of Carrier here, who does just crash his way down.
So there, KT try to make use of the fact that there's no vision at all in the river, and they could, for all T1 knows, be taking the dragon. Not the case.
Yeah.
So we do have a possible angle. One thing that KT or BDD really needs to do, as he has been doing, is keep this TF locked in lane. As Faker obviously can join a lot earlier. There it is.
Yeah, there's the Destiny to come on through as Peter does flash for the stand beside me, but there's a Hextech ultimatum there from Doran. He wants to lock them all in place, and now Doctom is trying to get this damage down. Faker is very low as they do kill the Braum, but it's Doctom. Do the feathers work? The answer is no. It's a double kill for Doran, continuing his onslaught here of the road to MSI. And that is going to be another kill. Feats of strength in the blink of an eye here for T1.
Going to be one of the things that we hadn't really time to discuss because last game was so high-paced is, a flank.
Hang on a second. Yeah, there is KT going for the engage. Gumayushi does just satchel his way out as the door is put up, and the llama just says, good on you.
And what? Don't want to lose that to a bouncing bomb because getting free is actually a big deal. Denying them at T1, I think, is also nice. Faker might be looking for it into Perfect here. This has been a successful strategy. No.
Hextech ultimatum comes down. Nowhere the Perfect can go as the teleport does come in and Perfect looks for the ulti. Doran dashes away and now T1 realizing that they just have to get out of there as BDD goes into the winning. He finds the combo. Faker now in a bit of trouble and BDD on the board. Teleports would have liked to be a little bit faster as they do unlock there. So we do have Ludens done here for BDD. That is going to be good. Trophy, one of the trophies that Owner has picked up over his career is going to be used here on this top side. KT going to overload. And that's already happened. Exactly right. Featherstorm goes down. The answer is there as Doran flashes away. The ulti from Peter is so good though as Doctom flashes out. And Doran is going to be taken down. Public execution does nothing though. So that should be the end of this fight unless Perfect has found the angle. And Faker elects to gold card the Braum.
They needed that ult to hit. They needed another kill because while this is happening, Guma is just going to probably get this turret. This is a Ziggs again. And you're not winning that race.
Yeah, that race ain't going to happen.
They do have 4 people. Maybe
Plates is still up.
Plates are still up for... No, I think they
just need to get it into satchel range.
Yeah, but no. There's too many people. Reinforcements right there's the TP coming in, but they will get the turret.
Yeah, turret gonna go down, so that's gonna go over to KT. Is now Doran gonna look to try for it once again. The carrier goes down first. It is a kill onto the Trundle at the same time as BDD wants to single out Doran. BDD still at full health, does so much damage as carrier going forward. He has nothing that he can do about this. And KT, they launch themselves into a gold advantage.
And Perfect, his ults might not be hitting, but his team fights sure are.
Damn. Okay.
That's the mental of KT, not quite broken just yet.
Perhaps not. Well,
this might do it.
Maybe curses are real, Chronicle. Maybe it's time to start admitting things that are correct. Is now Perfect in a little bit of trouble. The crash down coming on through there. As Perfect is just going to head towards the death chamber.
Can he heal? Peter's almost there. Not quite in time.
Yeah, Cuz going to turn up, stand beside Braum, and they just watch their Ambessa fall. Engage Braum, 100%. That's what we're looking for here. Let's see what Peter can get done. As he's going to need to do something. He puts down the door, but he's just thrown back into the team. He's burning as Doran looking for that flank angle, and it looks like KT. Great. Yeah, they're just going to give this one up.
Maybe Cuz tries to steal.
Yeah, he just throws a spear in. That's going to help.
Might be tough for T1. As the disengage of KT is really good.
It is. The Ambessa looking for a bit of an angle here as well as Carrier taking a fair bit of damage from BDD.
Perfect.
Yeah, the pullback is working. Perfect has a really good angle as Gumayushi has to flash immediately. And down goes the Trundle with no answer. He was looking to try and go for a sneaky little smite. That is absolutely what we need.
Sorry, T1. I love your draft.
Well, that's a ghost moving forward here from Faker. He finds the gold card, and they press a lot of buttons. Mega Inferno Bomb goes down, but Peter's here to the rescue. They get the flash out of BDD. Peter still moving forward as Doran takes a lot of damage from the turret. The rest of T1 still standing alongside, and it's not going to be anyone in too much trouble, but thwarted is the engage attempt.
Battle Braum! And then, now the actual scary thing will happen, you know?
I mean, I'm personally proud of Doctom for not flashing. I would have just flashed out of fear.
Well, this one hits.
Yeah, this one's a dangerous one. It's okay, Faker looking for that gold card. He might be able to find it, but it's not going to save his life. It's because he even wants to get the kill, but Perfect's going to take that one away. And 2, 1, and 3 here for the Ambessa is a big deal. Doran is still strong, but He's actually looking to prove that as Hextech Ultimatum goes down once again. He gets a big old magic shield, but oh my god, BDD making the sickest outplay! Doran is going to survive, but so is BDD!
Oh, Guma. 1 second!
Yep, the Mega Inferno Bomb. Where is it going to land? And it doesn't kill BDD. Oh my god! That was almost the kill with the Comet. Feel bad. It's all about which one's faster.
This play is insane. So obviously delays it the ultimate by a good amount, so he gets close to the turret, then gets the redirect twice.
As the Hextech Ultimatum wears off as well.
Perfect timing. And then, what's this? I want to see his response.
Yeah, as he sees that, he's like, he knows. Yeah, I agree. And so I think he was actually able to get out of the way of just the Comet.
Hook shot in from 3 screens away.
Oh dear.
Carrier, is this another bait?
Let's just see as he flashes out of the way. Kamiushi now going to get ulted here by BDD, and that is so much damage. There it is, and Doctom just throws out a Q and locks up the Ziggs in a turret, immediately taken in response.
Might be out of con. Yeah, so Camille's kind of a... Oh my god, Cuz.
Oh dear. Yeah, Cuz is in a lot of trouble. There's the Magnet Storm. The crash down there is fantastic. He's mitigated a fair bit, but there's a Mega Inferno Bomb. And that is actually... Oh, Faker in a bit of trouble as Doctom. He's just taking every fight that's there for him.
It's just gone.
It is.
Wait, Guma doesn't even have ult. No, I think this is definitely gone, but can they get out? That's the question, Atlas.
Well, there's a teleport in here from Doran. As... Oh my god, he could... Okay, Doran. All right, buddy. That is called redemption. And yeah, the KT fans, understandably, hands over their mouths. There was no smite. There was no angle. And the Camille just comes in and says, I have got metal legs, and your Arakan will be mine. And that was pretty cool. Let's have a look at this one more time.
Doran. I want to see, does he... Because you can... If he primes his Q on this... oh, that's so good. And that's why he has the... Oh my... So, just perfect. TP's in, primes his Q so that he has the true damage, which is better than any smite as Koma's like,
yeah, Koma's just like, yeah, sure, buddy. Love that response out of the T1 coaching staff.
Like, you do have to turn though, because you're not going to get this in time. But this is what KT wants, right? You want them to play into you, and oh my god, maybe they can actually just get it. Owner does a flash.
Mega Inferno Bomb comes in, that's a flash out from Peter. Is okay. They look for the angle and they find it. BDD is down already. They're going to try and burn the Baron.
No.
Oh god, this is such a disaster, and it's Carrier with a smite from his unsealed spellbook to cut down KT where they stand, and not like this, KT. That was not how this series was supposed to end, but my god, is it on brand.
But because...
Yep. Just find Aurora and kill her. And they called it. Timed everything here as well.
You're missing fight! Why are you taking your hands off the keyboard?
Oh, because it was done. It was done for the memes. It was okay. T1.
Carry STP, do note.
Yeah. And this is exactly what this composition is really good at, by the way. It is utilizing Baron to destroy everything. Doctom takes 50% of his health bar.
He really gets to play the game, by the way.
Not anymore. As the Blade Caller going to be used, KT realizing that defending this bottom inhibitor just not going to happen. As there's the engage from Doran. They lock him down as BDD this time not able to get out of the Hextech Ultimatum, but Doran is still going to fall. Carrier goes in a little late this time. As maybe it's a mullet because the public execution goes in, but still, KT feeling that little bit too far behind.
The TP!
Still, it's going to be a 2-for-1. The flash out there is BDD finding the angle.
They can slow play this.
Yep, he's on a control ward, but still he's biding his time. He can get over that wall as now Faker with a gold card in hand, but he should be taken out. Still the stun going to come through.
Perfect!
So incredibly low. Oh, BDD flashes forward, but Faker goes golden in the nick of time. It's a missed timing for BDD, and the gold card is going to connect. No! There's the triple kill. And we saw it. It was almost there as Doctom matters into his own hands, but he's still going to die. And it's a baseball bat of destiny here from Ona that locks down the ace, and the teleport comes in. T1, it is now a date with Humble Life Esports tomorrow night to see whether that ticket is for them. to go to Canada
Peter's
for
almost,
MSI.
Peter's almost up.
All right,
Maybe they
maybe
can
I'm
hold
talking
on.
a little bit too soon.
Soul point imminent, or soul imminent rather.
My goodness, Faker is so far ahead. It is absolutely insane. And I have to say, as far as the glow-ups are concerned, I feel like Faker's performance in comparison to what we saw over his last week in the LCK, it's just best of fives. It's just these grand stages and Faker just comes alive. It doesn't matter what his form is previous.
no!
Dogtime gonna get caught. The Featherstorm does get used, and in goes Perfect. He finds it, but still, Cuz is fighting Doran, and that is not one that he can win. He's down to the GA. Is Faker able to sit here and wait for the gold card? Finishes him off. Magnus Storm onto 3. Carrier, he just wants to finish KT, get his mind set on Hanwha Life, as KT will lose Perfect and lose their run. It was almost a miracle, and T1 says no. We're the ones that make those happen. You can wait for the next round of the LCK. We're going to have our shot at MSI.